Dear viewers, on Thursday, SpaceX launched Axiom Space's third private astronaut mission on January 18th, sending a veteran former NASA astronaut and 3 astronauts from European governments to the International Space Station. A Falcon 9 lifted off at 4:49 p.m. Eastern from Launch Complex 39A at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida and placed the Crew Dragon spacecraft Freedom into orbit. Freedom separated from the upper stage about 12 minutes after liftoff. The launch had been scheduled for January 17th but was delayed less than 6 hours before the scheduled liftoff when SpaceX announced it would take an additional day to complete pre-launch checkouts and data analysis on the vehicle. SpaceX did not offer specifics on the delay, but both Axiom Space and NASA later said the delay was to provide more time to review parachute straps known as energy modulators in the Crew Dragon. SpaceX said in a January 16th pre-launch briefing that they found issues with those straps, intended to regulate the load on the main parachutes when extracted from the capsule during the return of the CRS-29 Cargo Dragon mission in December. SpaceX said that may have been caused by twists in the straps, and technicians untwisted the energy modulators in the parachutes on this Crew Dragon before launch. The spacecraft is scheduled to dock with the ISS on January 20th at 4:19 a.m. Eastern. It will remain docked to the station for about 2 weeks before returning to Earth with its 4-person crew. The Ax-3 mission is the third such mission organized by Axiom Space, which is using them to gain experience in spaceflight operations as it prepares to install commercial modules on the station that will later form the core of a standalone commercial space station upon the retirement of the ISS. Axiom flew Ax-1 in April 2022 and Ax-2 in May 2023. Ax-3 is commanded by former NASA astronaut Michael Lopez Alegria, who also commanded Ax-1. It is the 6th flight for Lopez Alegria, who flew on 3 shuttle missions and 1 long-duration ISS mission while with NASA. The other 3 members of the crew represent European governments. The pilot of Ax-3 is Walter Villade, an Italian Air Force officer who trained as the backup pilot for Ax-2 and flew on Virgin Galactic's first commercial flight of its VSS Unity suborbital space plane in June 2023. The 2 mission specialists on Ax-3 are Alper Gezerovci of Turkey and Marcus I of Sweden. Gezerovci is a pilot in the Turkish Air Force and is the first person from that country to fly to space. Want, a former Swedish Air Force pilot, is the second Swede to fly to space. Want was selected a reserve astronaut by the European Space Agency in November 2022 and is the first person from that class to go to space. ESA and the Swedish Space Agency arranged for his flight as ESA's first short-term Project Astronaut. A second Project Astronaut, Poland's Sław Sosnanski, is expected to go the ISS as soon as later this year, also through Axiom Space. Those missions are different from long-duration ISS missions and future Artemis missions flown by ESA's Permanent Astronaut Corps. It's a fixed-term contract he has with the agency, while career astronauts have permanent contracts, said Daniel Neuenschwander, ESA's Director of Human and Robotic Exploration, of Want during a January 11th media briefing. ESA's 5 new career astronauts will complete their training in April and some could be assigned to their first ISS missions as soon as May. Derek Hassman, Chief of Mission Integration and Operations at Axiom Space, said at the January 16th pre-launch briefing that Axiom plans to continue flying short-duration private astronaut missions to the ISS at a pace of 2 a year through the launch of its first commercial module, now planned for late 2026. Ax-4 is tentatively planned for launch in the fall of 2024, but neither Axiom nor NASA have announced firm plans for missions beyond Ax-4. NASA is supporting private astronaut missions as part of its broader strategy to stimulate development of commercial space stations intended to succeed the ISS when it is retired at the end of the decade. NASA awarded a contract to Axiom in 2020 giving it access to a docking port on the station for its commercial modules and has funded Space Act agreements with Blue Origin and Voyager Space to support work on those company station concepts. Ax-3 featured the 3rd flight of Freedom and the 5th of the Falcon 9 booster. Benji Reed, Senior Director of Human Spaceflight Programs at SpaceX, said at the pre-launch briefing that while SpaceX plans to be able to fly Dragon spacecraft up to 15 times each, it is currently only using Falcon 9 boosters on crewed missions that have flown no more than 5 times, even as SpaceX pushes to extend the lives of those boosters to up to 40 missions. Axiom 3 isn't simply a sightseeing trip to the International Space Station. It's a scientific tapestry woven with threads of research, innovation, and outreach, each strand promising to unravel new mysteries and propel us further into the cosmic unknown. The crew will test a novel robotic arm designed to assist astronauts with spacewalks, paving the way for more efficient and productive work in orbit. They'll experiment with advanced communication systems, ensuring seamless connectivity between Earth and space even as humanity ventures deeper into the solar system. And in a testament to the power of human connection, Ax-3 crew members will engage in educational outreach programs, igniting the spark of curiosity in students around the world. Live broadcasts, interactive science experiments, and virtual tours of the ISS will bridge the gap between Earth and space, inspiring the next generation of dreamers and innovators. Axiom 3 isn't just another rocket launch. It's a new shift in the field of human exploration, a giant leap for spacekind that reverberates beyond the echoes of the Falcon 9's fiery wake. Its significance ripples through the cosmos, leaving behind a trail of tangible changes and inspiring possibilities. This mission will end in February 2024. Their 14-day sojourn aboard the International Space Station was a whirlwind of groundbreaking science, technological advances, and outreach initiatives. Dear friends, this is not the end of the story, but the beginning of a new chapter. Let's embrace the journey, celebrate the achievements, and keep our eyes fixed on the heavens, for the greatest adventures in space are yet to come.